Hey, how you doing there, young fella? Welcome to episode 3 of Friday Night Mildred. And excuse me, because there's a little bit of a deception here. I actually didn't shoot any of these on Friday night. I was too cool playing Elden Ring, so excuse me. And it wasn't until our new friend Harrison Spencer piped up in the comments and said, "Hey dude, you know, where's part 3? Can we get this happening, please?" And reminded me of my duty to bring you people Mildred-related content. So, thank you to our new friend Harrison Spencer. Yes, we didn't play this on Friday. We actually played it yesterday. So this should be called Sunday Night Mildred. But then we'd have to start over on episode 1, and I thought just for the sake of continuity, we would just kind of lie a little bit and call this Friday Night Mildred, and we'll just pick it right back up in episode 3. So, excuse me. But luckily there were some 11-year-olds playing last night, which is kind of wild because I was playing... I think I played between 10 and 11, and I actually got a few invasions at that time, as you'll see. So the children should have been asleep, but for whatever reason they were up and getting their ass beat, I guess. Yeah, so we're going to be jumping in here and there. I got a couple things to say about a couple things we did. We had quite a few invasions. I'll try to make it interesting. This first one, sometimes I really have nothing better to do than just hang out in the host and kick the boar on the ass and just be a complete goof. And I never laid a hand on this host's hairy little whatever, but he croaked all on his own anyway, so that was okay. Shit happens, bro. GG. We were all new once. And speaking of new, you're gonna go up against a gank like this and you're gonna feel pretty new. This guy, I believe, was grave lording, but I don't think I saw any other blues here. And this guy was actually pretty effective. I don't think he really needed the gank squad. Anytime you see, Solaire and Lautrec along with the host, it's like, well, I can kind of figure what we're going for. We just want a gank of ultimate brutality, which is ultimately what we got. This one was pretty ugly. And I can understand why some people might do something like this. It's kind of like the anti-twink, if you want to put it that way. You want to get even with the guys who would normally invade here, the guys who are maybe soul level 16 or 18, something like that, and they're rolling TWAP or Darkbeat, or they got Wrath of the Gods or other who knows what manner of cheap shit. And I've got another invasion character here. Excuse me, we're playing on PlayStation here. I got one on PC. I tend to duplicate all my characters across everything. So like I play on Xbox and PC and PlayStation, and a little bit on the Switch, but that version's kind of not really got anywhere near the level of activity that the rest of them have. Anyway, yeah, I have an invasion character that's supposed to be like a twink killer, and it's called Defenda. But sometimes you just get bored and you're like, I want to kick some ass. No one's summoning me. So, and the guy looked like he wanted us to check him out there, and I kind of refused to do that. But we should have taken a look at his face, and unfortunately we never saw that guy again. So it is what it is. We invade this guy, and it looks like this guy really wants to go to the bonfire. And when I invade low level, a lot of the time, not every time, but a lot of the time, if I get an indication from the host that he doesn't want to fight, he doesn't want nothing to do with me, and he just goes running off like that, or he's trying to use the bonfire but it doesn't work, I will respect that and I will just leave you to it. I mean, sometimes it's fun to follow you around like our first clip and watch you get killed, but I really don't mind peacing out if it's, it's really not that big of a deal. So GG to that guy. Hope you didn't eat shit too bad in there. Oh yeah, no night of invading is complete without... Who called it? Who called it that it was going to be a disconnect? Okay. This one was kind of good. We've briefly talked about turn and burn before. I love turn and burn. I find I make use of it a lot. I find I get backstabbed a lot too. That's, you just stand there parrying like an idiot. This is an invasion, dude. I will chug right in your face. I don't care. And this guy, like, I don't know. I think it's kind of silly sometimes that, and you get a point down for being kind of stupid because you ran after me straight into some enemies. Like, dude, you got to get your priorities straight. But at the same time, I get it. Like, you might think, oh, there's an invader here, and I don't know if he sees me, he's just gonna start beating the shit out of me. Like, I don't know what your mindset is, dude, but I don't normally invade like that. The beginning of this got cut off, which was kind of whatever, but at the same time, we didn't really miss anything. It was just kind of going around and around. And eventually, we do get the parry on this nice young man. And that's the end of that shit. Now, you'll see here, we have invaded another Gravelord, and I wasn't sure at the beginning. I thought maybe this might be the same Gravelord as before, but it turns out it wasn't. And this was just shitty trying to get down there at the beginning. It's like that this Gravelord might be kind of smart, using the Hellkite Drake to roast anybody coming in. And then, of course, I see him. We catch up to him, and he's got Solaire with him, fat rolling Solaire. And after we got beat down pretty hard by that first Gravelord who had Lautrec and Solaire with him, I really had to step it up here, because I'll be damned if I'm gonna lose to one of these jackasses again. But I mean, at the same time, I don't really care. These guys are PvP. I mean, these guys are all about the PvP, and I'm all about the PvP too, but I prefer a more, relaxed, casual invasion type of thing as opposed to a set-up duel that, let's face it, I mean, they can be kind of boring. I like the spontaneity of an invasion. That felt good to beat that guy, to have Solaire roll off and finally get a fair fight with the host. And we tightened him up. That was okay. I was happy with that. And taking a look at that hollow there, we can pretty much figure out where our host is-ish. And I thought for sure he was up here, and especially seeing the Black Knight walking back to his post up here, but And it was so annoying trying to get around this stupid idiot. And I get up here, and he's not here. And something weird happened here, like, I don't know, the host followed me or what. This was just bizarre. Look, like, did I get hit by the host there, or what happened there? That little bit of damage I took? I guess I must have, and it'll make sense later, because I think this is the guy with the spear. And when this Black Knight is moving, it's hard to get through him. If you haven't really invaded before, you don't know how it works, but sometimes you have to get around an enemy who's just not moving, and you can do it. You end up running through him, but you have to run through him for like a second. Oh yeah, do the Black Knight dance. I thought that was so funny. Are you doing it? Okay, let's stop. He stopped, let's stop. Now we gotta find the host. I think I know where he is. And I just said fuck it and jumped down the whole thing. You can save a lot of time just jumping off a ladder like that, but you better be careful. And this guy showed me that he wants me to think that he's predictable. Switching back to his spear. So what he'll do is he'll roll away, maybe take a few steps, and then he'll do an R1. Well, you know, we were talking about mix it up in the last episode. This guy could have mixed it up and maybe been a little more effective, but we were all new once. This one was kind of cute. It was kind of weird. I had been hanging out with the host, I think probably since around the where the piggy is, and just, you know, hanging around. He never took a swing at me, I never took a swing at him. This was bizarre though, because I thought for sure you're gonna summon Solaire, and I'm gonna see how I feel about that. I mean, I can always jump off and just, you know, put an egg in my shoe and beat it. But the guy ends up not summoning anybody at all, which I thought was kind of strange. But, oh, take a look at this guy's name.
It's a doozy.
And I missed that, so I got to go back and take another look. But, okay, what was the guy's name? Uncle Bumblefuck is the guy's name. I got a pretty good laugh out of that Uncle Bumblefuck. And you'll see we are summoning Phantom, and we are summoning Phantom in what appears to be a strange area. Not a strange area, but like, there are no NPC summons around here. So not only did we summon somebody, but you'll see that icon, we summoned a password matched summon. Who could be higher soul level, who could be higher weapon level, and these guys were pretty ruthless, and I thought these guys are taking it to me, and this might get ugly. And this is what I'm talking about. You can run through the enemies that are just standing around, but it makes it more of a pain in the ass to try to get through somebody who's moving. Oh, yeah, and, you know, this is an invasion, guys. If you think I'm not chugging, you're out of your mind. And I had hoped that I would have been able to backstab our Phantom off of the ledge there, and I got caught in the backstab. Of course I did. It's Dark Souls 1. And the guy, right place, right time, just ends up right in front of me for another BS. And I thought that was pretty fortuitous, because these guys were pretty brutal and just taking it to me. And dude, if you want to keep swinging, I will keep parrying, and eventually I'm going to get one. But you're not done yet, are you? Well, now you're done. I love that two-handed R2 with his butcher knife. And I'll give this guy a little bit of attitude. Like, you know, I felt I kind of earned that against these two pukes who'd probably been playing the game for 10 minutes. And that was probably the extent of their Dark Souls PvP experience right there. Anyway, guys, I had a lot of fun last night beating people up. I hope you had a great time watching that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode, probably out this weekend, and I'll see your fine ass later.